How's it going, everybody? Ian back with another video. I cannot I got new glasses and they're just, see, that's ridiculous. Jesus. My old glasses, I don't remember doing that, but, so we'll just have to look down here, I guess. Yeah. So this is my year in review. There's a tag going out there, but I already decided, like, I had my, like, year wrap up or something like that. So I'm just going to go over some highlights of the year. We still have right now, what? We still about half December left. So I've got a few books that I'm going to be probably adding to this. So as it stands right now, I have read 167 books, and that's going to probably, when it's all said and done, I have a feeling I'm going to make a bet. I think I'm going to be about 172. All right, I'm going to be over 170. I'm pretty sure. So, and then for what I've decided is whatever I read this year, that'll be my goal for next year. So last year I read 100 books exactly. So that was my goal. So I definitely blew that out of the water. Next year is going to be 172 books, probably. Whatever. That's what I'm betting. So I'm going to go over some highlights of this year. What I did. So mid-January, or not mid-January, right at the start of January 1st, I started Wheel of Time with Jose over at Amazing Worlds. We are reading one book a month there. We are on, well, we are on the 12th book because it's December. It's 12. Well, shoot, actually, I think we took a month off because we got, if you've been following our channels, like, we have been pretty critical of Wheel of Time. It is not the greatest fantasy, in my opinion. It's not very good, and I think I speak for Jose and just we have not been enjoying it. But we're going to power through. I'm about halfway through Knife of Dreams, and that's when Sanderson, I think, takes over the next 3 books. I think so. We should be getting better. But all right, my first 5-star read of the year was Star Wars: Light of the Jedi. It was fantastic, and cannot wait for the 3rd book to be coming out, I believe, here next year, about February, I think. Let's see what else. I'm just going to kind of run through these. I did join a read along, Hyperion read along with the Bookish Bryants, Mark over at Richardson Reads, a few other booktubers, and enjoyed it. Hyperion. I didn't move on to the second one though. I got busy, so I knew they did, but I did not move on. So we'll see if I can get that in 2022. I started Senless Sends by Josiah Bancroft, and I didn't care for that one too much. So maybe these aren't highlights. These are just like maybe books I have thoughts on. So that was a huge series this year that I saw everyone reading, and I started it, and I heard that the characters of what is it, Senlin? Is that his name? I can't remember. He's not very likable. One book that really surprised me was Clown in a Cornfield by Adam Caesar. Holy crap, that was phenomenal. Fun book. Let's see, I've got The Far Empty and High White Sun by J. Todd Scott. Those were like Western noir novels. Modern westerns, I should say, thriller westerns. And there's a 3rd book out that I have not picked up yet. But I loved Far Empty, and I loved High White Sun. So cannot wait to pick up the 3rd one in 2022. Another one that everyone's been reading was Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. I did pick that one up, and I enjoyed it. I have not picked up the second one yet. I'm going to kind of, maybe if I find it at a thrift store or something like that, to continue with that series. Or maybe I'll just wait until the series is over, because I don't like waiting. I read, here we go. We got some comic or graphic novels. Deadpool Kills the Marvel Universe by Cullen Bunn, which was okay. It was okay. I read Death of Wolverine by Charles Soule, who happened to write Light of the Jedi as well. The Death of Wolverine was kind of a letdown to me. I didn't really care for it. And a huge letdown was Marvel Zombies, and I read that one next by Robert Kirkman. But now we're going to get into, so we have Marvel Zombies, but then on the other side we have the DC's version called DCeased, which was 5 stars, 100. And I'm usually the Marvel, MC is great, and DC, I liked Aquaman. I liked the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut was phenomenal. My second favorite superhero movie. So it was surprised that DCeased blew Marvel Zombies right out of the water, and then followed up with Unkillables, which is the villain's perspective, and that was absolutely amazing. Unkillables was one of my favorites of the year. It was great. I also read Civil War by Mark Miller, who he wrote Kick-Ass, which was great. I read that in 2019, or maybe 2020 actually. Civil War was a little bit of letdown, whatever. I picked up the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the leather-bound editions, which I picked up that. I read The Hobbit, and I read the first Fellowship, and they're decent. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll continue. Hack and Slash by Tim Seeley is a graphic novel that turns the slasher genre on its head. Basically, it's about a girl and her friend who happens to be like this Frankenstein looking guy. They are going around killing slashers. So we've flipped it on its head. Shadow of the Gods, which is back here, back there somewhere. Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne, his newest novel out this year. Picked that up, loved it, cannot wait. I believe the second one is coming out in March. I also participated in the read-alongs of Dragons of Autumn Twilight by Weiss and Hickman, Margaret Rice and Tracy Hickman. I read the first one and I didn't continue. It was just not for me. So yeah. I also participated in a nice read-along. Sword of Shannara, Terry Brooks. And again, I did not continue with that one. That one was another, I still have the first 3 over there staring at me, but I don't think I'm going to read the next ones. Like I DNF'd I got to like halfway through Sword of Shannara. It just wasn't, I don't know why. Maybe I was just in a reading slump, but I read that with Scott of the Books Bryants and Becky. Did Becky read it? I can't. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry, Becky. I'm sorry. And then a few others. God, and I'm having a mind blank. I apologize. I apologize if you were part of that read along. I cannot remember. The Black Coast was one of my top reads of the year by Mike Brooks. And followed up with the Splinter King, which I DNF that one. It was not. It was a pretty filler book. I read an entire series, The Dragons of Terra by Brian Naslund. That's it's Blood of an Exile, Queen of Sorcery, and Fury of a Demon. Fear of a Demon just came out. What was it? I think March or April, something like that. Came out. Finished that one not too long ago, so I got a series under my belt there, and that was all pretty 5-star reads right there, 4 or 5-star reads. I read the Prodigal Son by Greg Hurwitz in the latest installment to the Orphan X, and I think it's called Dark Horse, something like that. I think it's called Dark Horse. That's coming in February, the 6th. Orphan X series, so I'm looking forward to that. Dark Matter was a top read for me. Dark Matter by Blake Crouch stayed with me for a while. That was a phenomenal read. I mean, what can I say? That might have been one of my top reads. I'm trying to think here. What was my top read out of here? Maybe I'm not there yet. Walking Dead. I read the entire Walking Dead graphic novel series, so I got that under my belt. And it was okay. It got pretty dull by the end. I started Leviathan Wakes, and I'm not going to continue with the Expanse series. It's just not for me. But I did start it. the Legends of the First Empire by Michael J. Sullivan. Those I've got the last two books on order from the library, so those could finish out the year, but I highly doubt it. I think I'm going to get at least one of them in. But we have Age of Myth, Age of War, Age of Legend. Shoot, I'm forgetting the next ones are Age of Death, Age of Empire. There's one more in there I am not but forgetting, but Michael J. Sullivan, that's a great fantasy series. I read Kenobi by John Jackson Miller and really enjoyed that one. I listened to it actually. It was one of my first audiobooks. Then we get into New Worlds November that put on by Scott and Becky over the Bookish Bryants, and tons of people have joined. We have Becky Becky from Bookish Bryants, Mark Richardson. Let me see here. Let me just pull this thing up here, so I don't forget anybody who was in on the thing here. So yeah, we have members Andre Troche, me, of course, Ian Porter, blah blah blah. We have James Holder, Mark Richardson, Matt Wall, Mindy from Mindy's book Journey, Noah from Everyone Who Reads Must Converse, of course Scott and Becky from the Bookish Bryants, who thank you again, guys, for inviting me to this fun monthly read fest. We've got Scott Danielson, Sean Stanfast, Steve Donahue, Brandy, the book collectic, amazing channel she's got on. Then Tom L.A. Books was in on this thing, and a few other people. David Wardrop was, I believe, a participant in these. I saw a lot of his videos. But yeah, I read quite a few. I know I got Thor the God Butcher in the Aliens category. I read Space Force. I read H.G. Wells' The Time Machine, and then I read a bunch of apocalypse books out of Joseph Adams' Apocalypse. Stephen King, George R. R. Martin, and some of those are good, some of those are bad. I read World War Z, which was absolutely fantastic by Max Brooks. I have not read that one. I read the Survivor's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. I read that a while ago. But I finally listened to World War Z, and that was phenomenal. That was one of my best books of the year. I tried listening to Jurassic Park Lost World, and I DNF'd it, if you will. I stopped listening. It got pretty droll. Got halfway through the book, and the plot was not really moving, so I DNF'd that. And then I'm in the middle of Jonathan Mayberry's Ghost Road Blues, the Pines Deep trilogy, which is absolutely phenomenal if you're looking for like a Halloween type stuff. And then that's not on the list that I am currently listening to is last but not least is Harry Potter. Just finished the third book 2 days ago or something like that, and it's getting better. It's definitely getting better, and I am enjoying it. I'm listening to it. So the narrator is doing a really good job of developing the character, or discerning the characters. He does a lot of voices and stuff like that. It's very enjoyable. I highly recommend listening to it. I have not personally read them, but I am listening to them, and I'm enjoying myself. So, all right, if I had to pick a favorite, I mean, let me see here. Let me go to my Goodreads here. What do we have here? Let's see here. Shadow of the Gods by Jean Gwynne was up there. But also these Legend of the First Empires as a whole series is absolutely fantastic. So that's up there. But I'm telling you, that Unkillables, the DC/Unkillables graphic novel and it's a graphic novel, and it might take it as my best read of 2021. I'm just cruising through here to see any 5 stars. I have Dark Matter. Oh, The Two Lost Mountains by Matthew Riley, but I am getting that book is on order. The next book on that is coming. Black Coast was very, very well done, but the second book did kind of leave a bad taste in my mouth, so I don't know if that one will win yet. Rage of Dragons was 5 stars. Holy moly. We have a lot of 5 stars here. The Great Hunt, I gave 5 stars, and it just went downhill from there. You know what? I'm going to go. I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it to the Deceased Unkillables graphic novel by Tom Taylor. That is my favorite read of the year, followed closely by Shadow of the Gods, I'll say. And then to round it out, I'll say Light of the Jedi. Light of the Jedi was my first 5 star read, and it still leaves an impact. That's a fantastic, fantastic. So overall, let's see here. It looks like I finished just one series. I mean, I finished Walking Dead. Yeah, it looks like I just finished one series this year, and I'm working on the Legends of the First Empire. So that gets my series win, I guess. The Dragons of Terror by Brian Naslund gets my series win. All right, now I have run out of things to say. Clown of the Cornfield was damn good too, though. That might. Oh man, I don't know. This is hard. That's very, very difficult. But yeah, I'm gonna say Deceased slash Unkillables, my top read of the year. Then Light of the Jedi and Shadow of the Gods are just trailing. All right, everybody, that's it. Have a good one. Take care.